Hi everyone, welcome to another home edition of Word of the Day or Sound of the Day. Like we've been doing previously, we're going to do some phonetics and we're going to cover another triad in Armenian that is pronounced slightly different in between the two modern standards. So the triad is the post-alveolar affricates. So again, your tongue touches the post-alveolar ridge. And it starts as a stop, so all air stopped, and then when the sound is released, some air that you can hear kind of a hissing sound. So the triad I'm talking about is j, j, ch. Yeah? So let's start with the three. So j is your voiceless version. So jutik, right? Duckling, josh beak, jakat, forehead, all of these. So we'll kind of put a CH equivalent, although I understand it's not a great equivalent. English doesn't have the equivalent sound. Then we have J, this is your J sound. And then we have Ch, which is the aspirated version. So anytime I put this apostrophe on top of the transliteration, know that means there's a puff of air coming out. So in classical Armenian and in both modern standards, Eastern and Western, all three letters are there. In modern Eastern Armenian, each letter corresponds to a sound. So J is J, pronounced. J is J, Ch is Ch. So Judik, Jur, Char, let's say. In modern Western Armenian, like with all of the other triads we've discussed, what happens is that the voiceless version is pronounced voiced. So if an Eastern Armenian speaker like myself would say Jutik, a Western Armenian speaker would say Jutik, kind of channeling this J sound. And then the voiced version in Western Armenian is pronounced as aspirated. So if an Eastern Armenian speaker would say Jur, a Western Armenian speaker would pronounce that as Chur. Spelling doesn't change, yeah? But the phonetics, what phonetic value that letter has changes. And then for this last one, Ch, it remains the same, yeah? So Char, Eastern Armenian, Western Armenian. Now, again, the three letters exist. In Eastern Armenian, there's a one-to-one correspondence. So three letters correspond to three distinct sounds. In Western Armenian, the three letters correspond to two sounds. Yeah? So I think we've, at this point, have covered all of the triads. So we get b, b, p, d, d, t, g, g, k, z, z, c, j, j, ch. And a final note, so I think this is interesting for both Eastern Armenian speakers and Western Armenian speakers, because Eastern Armenian speakers are always surprised why Western Armenian speakers can't distinguish the sounds, right? It's because the difference doesn't exist. And usually children, by the time they're about 12 months old, only differentiate the sounds they're exposed to. So if you notice in all of the triads, this first one, this voiceless version, phonetically doesn't exist in the Western repertoire. So hence why a lot of Western Armenian speakers may have difficulty pronouncing j or z or th or b or b and so on. Just an interesting scenario. Anyway, that's that for today.